Hey guys, how's it going? I hope your day's going well. In this video, I can't say I'm sitting here real excited because this is a different kind of vibe, different situation here. In the makeup world as a YouTuber, you do tend to get sent a lot of products, things that you may not necessarily ask for. I'm not complaining about this because I have discovered quite a few really awesome things through PR packages, things I didn't necessarily know I'd be receiving, and things I may not have picked out for myself, but I tried them and I liked them. Well, the things that are in this video are things that I have had on hand, some of them for weeks, others literally for months, and I have not used them because part of me kind of fears these products, part of me really thinks they're not gonna work, and these few products have just kind of been compiling, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use them, and the first time I try them, I'm gonna do it on camera, and just really let you experience this process with me. And if some of these intrigue me to the point where, I think they deserve further experimentation and testing, I will give them that. But there are some of these products that might claim to be just really easy and maybe shouldn't take a lot of practice and maybe should be able to work well on the first go round. So we'll see if it actually works. Here's what you're gonna see in this video. Magnetic lashes, been putting those off for God knows how long. Pure's Shake and Bake Powder to Cream Under Eye Concealer. I've also got my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Gold Light. So this is like a spray that has sort of a sparkle shimmer in it. And also my LA Colors Skin Perfecting Primer and also the Cream to Powder makeup that came out at the same time as that. Don't get me wrong, I feel good about finally doing this, but I also feel scared and hesitant. First thing that makes sense to use first anyway is the LA Colors Skin Perfecting Primer. Preps skin and fills pores. I don't know if you guys remember in a vlog, but Tyler did unbox this and the foundation. Okay, it feels just really greasy. I was expecting a little bit more of a balm. I guess maybe I will apply it with the little sponge that comes with it. Just pick it up and see what's it doing for my skin here. Is it perfecting my skin, you guys? I'm not quite seeing it, but are you seeing what I'm not seeing? Let's just have the belief that maybe there's something invisible happening here that we can't see that's just gonna be transformative once foundation goes on. My skin feels maybe actually a little softer than before. I had only moisturized underneath this. Moving on, we're gonna try the LA Colors Cream to Powder Makeup. I have this in the shade Nude. And why am I not excited to try this? Well, I don't especially love the cream to powder texture, as you may have seen when I used that Maybelline Superstay Stick Foundation. It was a real cream to powder texture. We got cream to powder here. Here we've got powder to cream in the Pure. Gosh, just pick one. Cream or powder. You don't have to transform. Yeah, it does get kind of a dryness to it, and when I was blending it out like just over my hand, I felt like as it blended in I could really see like all the little just pores in my hand even. I'm gonna pick some of this up and actually just get it going with my finger over some areas, and then I'm gonna blend it in with my brush. This shade seems a little light actually. Hold up, I have other shades here. I'm gonna leave the lightness right around here, and I'm gonna grab a deeper shade. Now, cream to powder might not be like universally awful for everyone. Maybe oily skin people, that phrase is music to your ears, but for me, I feel like it always just looks cakier, on the skin. So medium beige, did I say that? Okay, that's quite a bit better shade-wise. This does come with a sponge, by the way. I just have a bad feeling about it, so I'm gonna use a brush. Oh, real suspicious about these products. Okay, blending it in with the brush. Let's see how that's doing on the under eye. It's taken away a little of my under eye darkness. It's blending in really easily. Now what's interesting here, this is LA Colors. Remember when I did my Dollar Tree video? 90% of that stuff was LA Colors, but it's like they've got their little Dollar Tree range, and then they got their new stuff that they're launching all the time and sending out to influencers. This is one of their new things that you're probably not going to find in Dollar Tree. Definitely have to say that the overall finish of my skin is evened out quite a bit. The coverage is medium, I would say, because I really am seeing a lot through it. My skin sort of does have that feeling like maybe it has been powdered, like there's a certain dryness to it. It's not quite as dry as the feeling of that Maybelline Superstay stick. Like that was the most classic cream to powder shift ever. Like it really felt powdery between the fingers. This product, well, I guess it kind of does have that similar feel too, but something about the finished feel on the skin, it feels maybe slightly more hydrated. But when you look up kind of close at my nose or any little dry areas that I might have, you can see the product quite a bit there. It's a very matte finish, you'll notice. I don't absolutely hate it. I'm just not jumping up and down in love with this stuff just because I really don't think that's my skin's best texture. I really like something that's going to have a little more creaminess to it and just give the skin a little more life and the feel of a little more life when I'm done with it. Now I need to look up some advice on this Pure Cosmetics Shake and Bake. So we've got this little container here and I have this in the color Light. It says shake some of the powder to cream directly on the back of your hand. Dab the flat edge side of the included mini contour blending sponge into the powder and then apply to desired areas. And they say that this is going to help you say goodbye to the hassle of setting, waiting, and baking. Shake and Bake Concealer melts into the skin to mask imperfections and sets to a smooth, long-lasting, crease-free finish that doesn't cake. Should I dampen the sponge? When in doubt, I would say dampen a sponge, right? So I'm going to take this into the bathroom and do that. I'm back. I was a little surprised. The sponge did become ever so slightly softer and grew in size by a little bit. I wouldn't say it exactly doubled in size, but it is a little bit bigger and seems like it can maybe actually work with this product somewhat. Okay, so here's the concealer. It has like this little bitty hole. Can you see what it's shaking out of there? It's got a little nipple. For lack of a better word, that's what we'll call that. And we'll see, oh, it just kind of pours out. And then what? I pick it up with the slanted side and I apply it like to my under eye here. Am I doing this right? Well, I'm gonna need a lot more than that. Shake, shake, shake. It looks very, very peachy, but I noticed blending it in on my skin, it turns more of like a light beigey peach. The peach tone of it doesn't look quite as intense once you start blending it in, and the shade I have again is called Light. See, I don't feel like putting it on my hand first is helping because some of that's already starting to like have a reaction, you know, have that kind of transforming thing. It feels a little bit cooling on the skin, which is an interesting sensation, and when you touch over it, like, it feels more dewy than the rest of my face. Interesting. I just feel like I'm wasting product because some of it is inevitably like mushing into my hand this way. Let's try to get this under eye a little better. I'm not super impressed with the coverage, guys. I can still see melasma, I can still see my dark circles. Let's move on to the other side before I've like caked up half the bottle under my left eye. If you want to bake and you want the results from baking, I don't feel like this is a real substitute for the process. Okay, we're trying to tackle the melasma over here. Like, it is covering somewhat. Maybe it's the sponge. The sponge isn't really helping maintain a lot of the coverage. Let's see how a little bit of this does around the nose with some blemishes. I just feel like I'm using tons of product here because it's either getting eaten up by my hand or the sponge. It's like we got two middlemen here with the application process before it ever gets to the face. And I can't imagine using this sponge dry because it was so hard in that state. Like, it wouldn't have really like meshed with the skin, I don't think. Now see, I feel like it is having a peachier look than I'm even wanting over this redness around my nose still. Like, it's not getting quite beigey enough there. I don't know. Who loves this and what are your secrets? Because maybe there is a trick, but I feel like for as many times as I'm having to go back and reapply, I'm not getting great coverage in return. Like, I just want my under eye gone. Oh, that may have been it. Layer number 4. Things I like about this, it does feel kind of oddly cooling, and it's a little fascinating that after applying that much supposed powder to my skin, it does feel kind of like a cream, honestly. Like, it doesn't feel dry. I just think it's lacking in coverage, and I think the application method here of putting it on my hand, like, my hand's got awesome coverage because I've been pouring copious amounts of stuff onto there. I can't help but feel like maybe I was taking away some coverage when I was using this little sponge to blend it out. I'm not sure. But I am going to continue on, guys, and I'm going to do some blush and brows and eyeshadow, and then we will attempt the magnetic lash. And I've done my eyes. I use this Patrick Star Heat Stroke eyeshadow quad. So really pretty warm shades in there. I like how that turned out. I was kind of feeling like I wanted a lighter shade as part of the quad. Like, the lightest shade in here was actually a nice crease color on me. But other than that, I'm sorry, I feel like I have a hair clinging to the tip of my nose. Other than that, I felt like every shade in there was really strong. On my lips, I'm wearing Wet n Wild MegaSlicks in Raspberry Voice with the Makeup Geek foiled gloss over top of that in VIP, just kind of over the center of the lower lip. And then for my blush and bronzer, I've got on my Becca Sun Chaser palette, which was kind of a rediscovered thing. And I've got the bronzer and the blush on. I skipped the highlight because I wanted to use this Prep and Prime Fix Plus Gold light, and maybe we could all see a little bit better what it was doing if I didn't already have highlight on. It says Skin Refresher Finishing Mist, kind of a sheen. I'm a little skeptical of this, but let's fire our warning shot, see if it's coming out okay. All right, here we go. What did it do? Oh gosh, well, this is a little underwhelming. I'm not really seeing much at all. I was expecting some major sheen. Oh wait, okay. You just gotta give it like 5 seconds to dry a little bit. And now I can see maybe some itty bitty glimmers on the skin. Can you see it more now than you could a few seconds ago? I don't know. Maybe I need to add a little more. It smells nice. And I like this sprayer on Fix Plus, although it does kind of, there are some big droplets on there. Deep down, I was expecting this to be like some really heavy, exaggerated mist. I mean, you look at the product there, like I was just expecting that to turn out this whole like really heavy glow. You don't see it right away. You see it once it dries. You can see like a fine, pretty subtle shimmer. It doesn't look particularly great. Maybe that's just the foundation and the concealer on my skin, actually. Maybe I can't really judge this yet. I feel like something like this could be really pretty on the body. I'm just not really sure about the face yet, and I think I may need to use this over some foundations that I actually like, that are giving me a really beautiful finish on the skin, and then see like what this does. Because if I'm honest, I didn't love the surface of my skin with that LA Colors on it. Now, let's try the magnetic lashes here from ADAL. Now, these claim to be just super easy to apply, no adhesive needed, and reusable. Now, fun fact, I did try the little accent lashes on my mom like months ago. I hadn't used them on myself at all, still haven't, but I tried them on her. It was kind of a fail. I remember we ended with me actually putting real false lashes on her. And I kind of thought maybe it's easier to put these on your own self than on someone else. I don't know. So since I've already got those open, the accents, that's what I'll try on myself. But they are magnets. You're gonna have like 2 components for each eye. You see on the little tray here where they're labeled, one says upper, one says under. Overall, they look lash-wise just like a typical false lash, but I guess I'm gonna lay it here on my lash line, and then I'm gonna see if this underneath part, oh gosh, there's the cling together. Okay, problem is this part is close to my lash line. This part is hanging out like way down the lash. Ew. Oh, how do I pull them apart from each other? Okay, I'm gonna try that again. Rome wasn't built in a day. I sure as heck didn't learn how to use regular false lashes in just one time frame. Here's the problem. As you're approaching your eye with the magnet lash, it's gonna have a tendency of pulling. So maybe I need to really hold this top one down so it doesn't start to pull toward the magnet side. Ew, oh god, that does not feel good. Oh, ouch. That was tugging on something. I'm really comfortable with regular false lashes, and these are making me feel like I don't know anything. Let's come at it maybe. It's really hard to hold those down, but ooh, there we go again. There we go again. From a distance, you might think, oh, that looks fine, Emily. You're good. No, it's off the lash. See that? It's together here in sort of the right spot. And oh man. Again, if you've mastered this, tell me your tips. Tell us your secrets. It's a good theory. Oh, that might have been, oh no, now it's way down the lash on the inner part too. Like how? Here's what we'll do. Let's try the full strip. I'm not gonna judge these till I've tried the full strip and we see how that goes. Because maybe there's just something about this accent lash that is making it harder. This is the next style we're going to try. What are these called? The double demi wispies. So here's the upper. Yep, they do look like demi wispies. That top part just seems like it's fitting my lash line really well. I guess if you really thought the magnetic feature of these sucked, you could still continue to use them like a regular lash and put some glue on them, I'm guessing. Glue them down. I'm just trying to get these placed as appropriately as I can because I'm going to come in there with the magnet side. I just know what's going to happen. Okay. I feel like a lot's on my lashes. You see what happened there? It came pretty close for about 2/3 of the lash, I think, to my lash line. But then at the end, they're just kind of hanging off on the ends. I don't like the thought that anything is literally clamped onto my lashes, and I think you have no choice but to have that result with this, no matter what. Even if it's really close to your lash line, it's still gonna be grabbing onto your lashes. And I think that time that I did get one part of those accent lashes really close, it actually kind of hurt. Let's give it one more go. I just don't know how you'd walk out of the house. That's got to be as close as I've gotten right there, but it's still, can you tell how far it is off my lash line? I feel like that's probably as good as I can do. Let's try the other eye. Maybe this is just a weird right side quirk. Give it the benefit of the doubt, kinda. I'm honestly majorly doubting these lashes. Okay, kind of hold them there. Magnet? Hello, Magnet? Are you with us here? Oh, wait, whoa. That ain't right. Why do I feel like this part of the video is just gonna be one big blooper reel? Come on. Hanging off this lash by about a country mile there, but this is how we're gonna sign off today. You know I'm gonna be taking these right back off. So what all did we use in this video? I mean, there was the LA Colors primer and the cream to powder stuff here, which I didn't love the look of this on my skin. While it most definitely did even out my skin to about a medium coverage level, just looking up close at my skin, I didn't think it looked super flattering. I already kind of knew that the cream to powder like shift in makeup is not something that's going to do anybody a ton of favors. If you have some texture on your skin, you're trying to, you know, lessen the look of pores and lines and stuff like that. It just kind of dries out those areas and doesn't make them look any more attractive. So that's not something I'm really loving there. Now the Shake and Bake powder to cream under eye concealer. This is actually marketed as an under eye concealer. Comes with the little sponge. It was an interesting product to try. It was actually kind of fun to ultimately go ahead and try it. Like, it felt cooling on my skin. I just felt like I was missing out on the coverage. It should have been better coverage. I'm not ready to throw in the towel completely on this product yet. That's just my take. After avoiding it and finally trying it, that's how I feel about it. The Gold Light, I feel on top of a really nicely evened out complexion. I could see this being pretty. On top of a so-so complexion that doesn't look really great coverage-wise or texture-wise. I look up close at my skin, I'm seeing the itty-bitty, you know, sparkles after this dries down on your skin, and it just doesn't look so lovely. I have the pink one too. I was sent those in a PR package, and I will try those over a more satisfying coverage level all over my skin. Truly the biggest fail for me, these magnetic lashes. Like, I am not impressed. And I just hate this feeling of them hanging off of my actual lashes, because that's not where I place false lashes normally. I am a total, like, keep it on the lash line, on my eyeliner, really, really close to my lashes, but not weighing on my lashes. So thank you for your patience in this video if you're still here with me, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye guys.